I'm Robert Timmons, and you're watching Weekly Words.
Stop me, oh, somebody stop me, stop me, stop me, please, somebody stop me, oh, somebody stop me, and Lord, if I'm doing it wrong, then please.
Thank you for checking out this week's episode of Weekly Words. I hope that you enjoyed last week's mid-year recap and that at least one of your favorite Weekly Words made the top 10 list. Before I get started with this week, I do want to give you guys some good news. Some of you know, some of you don't, but since 2016, I have been writing and preparing a poetry book, and it's finally done and being published. I finished writing it and at the end of 2017, beginning of 2018, and it's been going through editors and publishers and designers and all the different things, but now it's finally ready and it's going to be out later on this month, July 2018, and I am so very excited for you guys to read it and let me know what you think. So the title of the book is Behind the Smile, and it really just looks behind the smile of my life. I open up and tell my story about some of my insecurities and my doubts. I talk about my time during my unemployment. I talk about my love life and my lust and my heartbreak. I talk about my rocky relationship with God and how He spoke and poured into my life and renewed my mind and my heart. And I also go into the lives of 6 other individuals that are close to me in my life and talked about the things that they were going through as well, because you never really know what's going on in someone's life until you look behind their smile. And I wanted to showcase that no matter how different the details of our lives are, if you look at the things and the emotions and the experiences, it's all the same. So don't judge a book by its cover, as cliche as that sounds. So if you're in Houston, come out to my book release party happening this Saturday, July the 14th at Bar Boheme from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. There's going to be some great performances from some of my favorite poets here in the city of Houston. And then I'll also be performing myself and also reading some of the poems from the book. If you are unable to make the book release party, no worries. You can still purchase the book online at Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com, and I'll be sending out the information for you guys as well, so be on the lookout for that. But aside from that, let's go ahead and get started with this week's episode of Weekly Words. So as you can see, if you look up, the title of this week's episode is I've Got a New Attitude. So today we're talking about our attitudes and how they can change throughout the day and how to address that. So let's get started. So if you think about your attitude from the moment you wake up in the morning all the way to when you go to sleep, it can change lots of times, right? Good, bad, positive, negative, feeling good, feeling bad, feeling happy, feeling upset, all these different things. Your attitude, naturally, it just changes throughout the day because throughout the day, we have different things that happen to us, right? Depending on if we wake up on time, if we get to work on time, if there's traffic, what we eat for breakfast, what we eat for lunch, how a meeting goes, how our boss or manager communicates to us, how our clients communicate to us, if we fulfill their needs, all these different things. If we get news that we weren't expecting, or we have to pay more money than we were expecting, and all these different things can affect our attitude, right? Or maybe it's something more simple like on your favorite show, the character you like the most, maybe they die, or maybe something bad happens to them, or whatever the case is, and you start to just feel bad. It affects your attitude, whether it be good or bad. But today, I want to challenge or encourage or pose the question of, what if we didn't allow the circumstance of life to have control over our attitude? What if we, right, decided intentionally that we are going to control our attitude and that we're not going to allow life to control it for us? How do we do that, though? So whenever something bad or something less than ideal happens to you, whether it be traffic or a flat tire or something with your financial situation or something with your job or whatever the case may be, instead of saying, why is this happening to me? Or what did I do to deserve this? Or any other question you can ask, right? Maybe ask the question, what can I learn from this? What can I do next time so I don't have this negative experience again? Oh, since I'm unable to do X right now, what can I do in the meantime to be productive with my time? If you change your mindset and your perspective when something less than ideal happens to you, you are taking away the control that life has over your attitude. And you're saying, I'm controlling my own attitude. You're not going to control my attitude because I am changing my mindset and my perspective to have the best possible outcome of this current situation, right? Take control of your attitude. So when thinking about changing my mindset and my perspective, I think about the saying that we all heard as kids of, do you see the glass as half empty or as half full, right? And as a kid, I didn't really understand what that meant, but now I have a better understanding of it. And if you dissect it, I hope you can too, because on one hand, if you look at the glass as half empty, right, all you're seeing is the water dissipating and the water dwindling away. You're just seeing things being drained and sucked away, right? But if you see the glass as half full, you're seeing the potential, the growth, the opportunity to get to a full glass of water, right? It's all about your perspective. And even if it's something where, realistically, your resource is being, dwindling or is being dissipated, you can say, okay, yes, it's happening in less waters in the cup, but because of that, my thirst is being quenched, or I'm watering my plants on my grass, or whatever the case is. So don't just see that negative instance in the circumstance or in your life. See how you can twist that into a positive outcome and see how that's going to affect your attitude, right? Don't give life the authority to control your attitude, right? If you change your perspective and you change your mindset, you are taking away the control from life and putting the control back in your hands to control your attitude, right? Because life has too many variables, right? Life changes all the time, and there's so many things that can affect us positively or negatively and really get under our skin to affect our emotions and our attitude and all these things. But if we, like I said, flip the switch and change our attitude and our mindset and our perspective, we are taking that control back, right? And we can twist whatever life throws at us into a positive way. So what can you do to have control over your attitude and no longer say, why is this happening to me? But what can I learn from this? All right, so question time. Just like every other week, I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions. And again, I encourage you to think about these and talk them over with your accountability partner and see in what areas you can grow. All right, so let's get started. Question 1. What things in your daily life affect your attitude? What things in your daily life affect your attitude? Question 2. Which is more of a challenge. Take note of all the things that affect your attitude and see how you can flip your perspective to see it positively. Think about all the things that affect your attitude and see how you can flip your perspective to make it positive. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Weekly Words. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions for topics for me to talk about in the future, feel free to email me at weeklywordsrt@gmail.com. All right, I'll talk to you later. Have a great week.
Stop me, oh, somebody stop me, stop me, stop me, please, somebody stop me, stop me, oh, somebody stop me, and Lord, if I'm doing it wrong, then please stop me.